Welcome to the We're Hard Show.
Are we all at the same time? Anyway.
Welcome back to another episode of the We're Hard Show. It's been a little while, but we're still here, and we've got a really good one for you today. So on today we have Julian. He is our counterpart with Peak Body, and he's here today to talk about some of the products and some of the things that Peak Body is up to, and we're going to give you all the dish. So Julian.
Wait, first of all, I just want to know, what did you do to your shin? What's on your shin?
Part?
Both
That
of
looks
them.
terrible.
Both of them. Make up a story.
Did you hit the box?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so no, yeah, I sometimes do some workout and I hit some things. Happens all the time. But I literally have no nerves on my shin.
Did you hit the box? Like, did you get the shin taker or what?
Yeah, what we want to know what happened.
I think it would have looked worse, though, don't you
Yeah.
think?
I don't
hit
think
the
the
box.
public should know what happened to exactly and how the other person looks like.
That's what I just wanted to
What the
know.
other person looks
no
like.
kidding.
Okay, moving on.
Okay, moving on. Okay, so
No, I
Julian.
just always run into things. It's like a hitch on the car or at home, I run into things. I'm clumsy.
I am too. I do that.
Even when I'm sober,
I am too.
which I am right now.
Thank
Well,
God.
that's terrible for
Unfortunately.
you.
Thanks for showing
gonna
up
be difficult
sober
to keep
today.
up with you
This
guys.
is going to be a boring show.
Boring.
should
You
we-
guys should actually not be sober.
Hey, should we like make up like a escape word? Like when you guys go too far, I scream like Munich or
Yes,
Sydney
you
or
need a
something like
safe
this.
word.
Yeah,
Yes.
I learned it in couple therapy.
It's
back
going
in
to
the
be
days.
pineapple.
I actually have a
Pineapple?
long whip behind the couch, so
Good.
after I whip you unexpectedly, you can say the safe word.
Can we
If
say
you don't
whipping?
like it.
Is whipping
Yeah.
still allowed to say? I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know.
Good.
We'll figure it. We'll see.
let's keep it clean, Amber.
Yeah. Okay, so Julian, first of all, where are you from? What's your accent?
Born and raised in Germany and Hungary. My mom is Hungarian, so I spent basically half of my life in the 80s in communist Hungary and in Germany. Spent there 26 years and then moved to America.
How long have you been in America?
It's about 15 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
And would you ever go back now that you've been here?
No. I mean, I'm missing a few things in the society, especially in the Southwest. Architecture, culture, maybe a little bit more of a society actually, because it's more like a sink and swim environment. But once you get used to the comfort here and how easy it is to make money, you never want to go back.
Oh.
No.
Interesting.
So the economy is completely different. It's hard to work, find a job there.
No, actually, everybody is rich basically, but you are capped.
Oh, okay.
So you cannot make this extreme money you can make
Well,
here
that
with
sounds
very
great.
yeah.
Everybody's rich.
They
guys.
limit your
But they're
richness.
limited. So everybody
Here, there is no limit.
Here it's like you
There's
make
one
it
extreme or the other here,
boom.
though.
But in Germany,
Yeah.
everybody's taken care of. Even though, for example, my brother, when he was gifted with his first child, and now I have two nieces, he got 100% pay for the first year from the government for paternity leave as a father,
That's great.
and he makes good money.
Wow.
That's really great.
So these are the things that are missing in this country. But on the other hand,
They incentivize like fathers and stuff.
oh,
there.
100%, yeah.
And here they're just like, take him to court, take his money, you'll still win.
Yeah, this is why you have 3 children with 5 different baby daddies.
Right. And then it becomes a hustle. Then it's a hustle.
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
for some women, it's an income source. You know, I don't
That's what
mind
I'm
that.
saying. It's a hustle.
No.
Not me. He
But
was
I
joking.
could not go back
What?
because it's just.
What does it say?
This is the second most confusing casting couch I have ever watched.
Hey, it's
The
all about
second
confusion.
most.
I'm confused.
Who's
to
the
this
first
day. I'm
most?
41
Yeah.
years old. We're all confused, right?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting, though.
That's a
I
menopause,
loved going to Germany. It
yeah.
was so beautiful.
What?
What?
I'm straight, but you're the first trans girl I date.
Which one?
What?
Which one?
Oh my
Which
God.
one of us?
That's,
Oh my
It's-
God.
Can get it.
It's a compliment.
What?
A blonde can get
Oh,
it.
it's me?
oh,
That's nice.
She's so far from a trans girl. If you see her close up, I'm in love with her. I mean, how
That's
can you
great.
not?
That's
And even
great.
if she was a trans girl, you'd still hit it
I would
because
still
she's so
if
hot.
she would be a trans girl, I would still work.
You'd
Okay,
still hit
well,
it.
I'm not. Let's move on.
Okay.
Okay, so
Well, that's very
Julian,
nice, by the way. Thank you. Happy Monday to you,
Yeah,
too.
that was a nice
What's on
comment.
your mind today?
I'll take it as a compliment.
It was kind of like
right?
a compliment.
Yeah, backhanded?
Yeah.
I'm used to that. No, just kidding.
So that's what people do. They just sit there on Monday morning and hate on others.
Oh, he's never been on TikTok? You've never been on
you
TikTok?
haven't?
No, I don't have TikTok.
Oh, you can't read the comments out loud. I learned that.
Yeah.
Because we'll get shut down.
They
because I was
try,
like,
they bait you.
they were like mean, some of them.
Really?
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
wrong? Why don't you just take a cold plunge and meditate a little bit and figure out what's wrong inside
No, we like
you?
haters. We like them.
Oh, I love it. If they don't hate, then you're not polarizing. So
That's
That's
right.
right. Exactly. It makes it
F
interesting.
it up.
Keeps it exciting.
Yeah.
Keep the negative comments.
Good. Well, thanks for breaking the ice. Now we all feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So-
Okay, so Julian, tell us a little bit about Peak Body and what that brand represents and what our viewers need to know about it.
So Peak Body, and I cannot tell exactly what's going to happen to all the products, but since it's still in development, but it's basically a lifestyle and wellness company where we get you in, we get a full blood panel, we get a DNA test, methylation test, and ideally a genomics test. You know what genomics are?
No.
Genes.
If you think about a gene is a word of a book. You got an exome would be a paragraph, blah blah blah, but genomics is the entire book. There's 20,000 times 20,000 different variations. They can tell exactly if you get breast cancer and when, if you will have digestive issues, what you can eat, what your strengths are and whatnot. So we get a full panel of you and then basically provide you with all the missing links and make you a better human. We track you with a device, we have an app, we bring in some meals as well, let's say the test comes back and you're not really supposed to eat legumes, for example, or let's say carbs, then we're going to have catered meals too. So it's going to be a one-stop shop to make you better.
Wow, that's
'Cause-
awesome.
That is great.
No excuses, Peak Body produces, yeah.
Oh, I
We're
love
going to be on
that.
top of you.
my
What's that? Don't do that. We can't. We're gonna get it. You're gonna get us
this is
kicked
German
off.
clapping. This is German clapping.
Especially so close to anywhere on your body.
No. There was literally this.
Oh
No,
my
there was
God.
more like, hey,
Yeah,
shoot.
don't
this,
do that.
No, like when I'm at gym after a good set, I'm like, yes.
So you did
Really?
it for, what decade did that?
I've actually never done this to myself.
Me either. I haven't either. It's always with someone else.
I don't know. Okay. All right, good.
So it's
Clear
a third
hands.
party
Clear hands. Please don't ban us. We're trying to be very professional. So,
Yeah.
but no, it's a passion, and I, just like you guys, have always been very interested in getting my body better, especially
Mm-hmm.
since I destroyed it in the 20s. Can't say out loud what it is, otherwise we get banned. Was working too much
I
in the
think
30s.
we all destroyed our bodies in our 20s.
And then, like in the mid 30s, I really started to. I mean, I was always a health nut. I mean, my mom, when I was a baby in Hungary, she dunked me in ice cold water. That's what
Really?
they do. You go to the lake, freezing, cut it open, and you dunk them. So I've always been exposed to cold plunges. We always had saunas, of course, diet. But then I fell into the trap of the American fast food when I moved here. I was like, oh my God, there's like so many different things.
Did you gain weight when you moved here?
The first 2 years, I couldn't go back to Germany to see my family because I was waiting for the green card. Meanwhile, these days you get them for free down there. Welcome to the United States. Here you go. And so for the first 2 years, I couldn't go back. When I arrived in Frankfurt, the first thing my mom said, "You're fat," and she tells me this every time, and she sees me because we have different. We have different standards in Germany. We believe in skinny people,
Right.
not like muscle
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Okay,
But
yeah.
I tried it all. Still a huge fan of McDonald's. It's been glorified since my childhood.
Really?
That's
You
so
like
funny.
McDonald's?
I love it.
What do you eat from there?
Don't they have McDonald's
do
in
you wanna-
Germany?
They do, I thought.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what my order is when I go there?
Yeah.
A
I'm
large,
assuming.
a large
different?
meal number one, I get 4 cheeseburgers on the side and 28 chicken McNuggets. And it's like $30. It's not even that cheap.
It's not. McDonald's is not cheap.
No.
But you sit down
That's a
and
lot
you
of food.
consume all
Yeah.
of that in one sitting.
Oh, I eat as much as a 5%. I like your entire family
Do you
together. That's
boo-boo
what-
the like immediately?
No, but I have a very good bowel movement. If I can
Yes,
say it
I would
without getting-
assume so.
Thanks, McDonald's.
Yes. Anytime I've tried to eat McDonald's, I'm like, I'm pregnant. Why not? I'm gonna eat McDonald's. Boo boo. Anytime I'm like with my kids and I'm like, I'm just gonna eat the fries. Why not? Boo boo. I'm like, what
It's
is
the oil they use.
But
Probably.
here's the thing. It has been glorified since my childhood because we had in the beginning, in the 80s, only one McDonald's.
Oh, so it was like
yeah,
exclusive.
one day after Christmas, my grandmother, who was the greatest person on the planet, and lived for 95 years without pain and whatever. And the one thing she always told me is never stop learning, never stop laughing.
I love
Super
it.
important. Very simple and basic. But she
Yeah.
took us the day after Christmas to McDonald's for a whole day, and my brother and I could eat whatever we wanted to.
All day?
All day.
Did
This
you
is-
play in the play space
No,
there?
we were just eating.
Oh
Hey.
my God.
They're like another round.
No, you have to understand. There's so much sugar, salt, and fat
Yes.
in it. Our taste buds. I think we have 5 regions on
Oh,
our
gosh,
tongue.
yeah.
This must have been an oxytocin release
Yeah.
for us.
Oh,
like
yeah.
like
Yeah.
a crack addict.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's like
So it was
stay
like the
there.
best day of your life. It was like
Yes.
going to Disneyland.
Yeah. So and it's still to this day for my brother and I, McDonald's is glorified.
Yeah.
Well, so he eats it too. And I'm sure there's more McDonald's now.
Of course. yeah.
Over there. There's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
mainstreamed now.
Yeah.
But I do notice where you go, country to country or whatever,
Totally
region to region,
different.
they make it different
Yeah.
according to what they eat there.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Like even in India and stuff, they'll have vegetarian burgers.
Of course.
and-
Yeah, they don't have to.
And don't they have special? They sometimes have like special items on the menu.
Yes.
At different.
Yeah.
And as of recently, you were still able to buy beer at McDonald's as well.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that stopped though because of fights and all that stuff.
They do that at Taco Bell. There's one in Phoenix and then there's one in Vegas you can buy alcohol at.
Oh, really?
I mean,
Yeah.
hey, why not?
Why not?
Oh, the one in Mill Avenue. There's one.
Oh, can you do it on Mill
Yeah.
too?
Oh.
So, I mean, that's funny though about the fast food because
Yeah.
we're all taught that it's so bad, especially, what we were mentioning. But
Yeah.
like for some people, it's just such a luxury
Mm-hmm.
and you eat it. So you ate a lot of McDonald's and got fat.
So for me now it's a treat. I had McDonald's on Friday night.
Yeah.
Every Friday?
No,
Okay.
no.
Like someone would eat
completely
pizza
got
or
away.
whatever.
No,
Yeah.
I eat very, very
Yeah.
clean. I'm very conscious of what I put
Yeah.
in my body because I
And
feel
every
it
now
right
and then
away.
it's fine to have a meal like that. Like we all need it, you
Yeah.
know?
all in moderation, I would say.
Yes,
yeah?
yes.
Yeah.
So let's talk about something that you kind of mentioned with the McDonald's thing was like sugar addiction,
Yeah.
how it is kind of like crack. And I kind of wanted to talk about that too and how bad sugar is, but it's in so many of our products and things.
Yes.
In all different
I
forms.
can tell you that until about a year and a half ago, I used to wake up at 2 a.m., drive to Circle K, get gummy bears, get chips, get something else. Literally on my way back to bed, it was like maybe a 3-minute drive, inhaled it and went back to bed. Unbelievable. I literally woke up every night
Yeah.
suck, and I was so. I mean, I have a very active lifestyle, but it's fuel on one side, but it was a huge addiction. And then I did hypnotherapy.
Yeah? And did that work?
Nothing. No cravings.
Huh.
Yeah, nothing. 3
That's
sessions.
really?
Yeah.
So you didn't change your diet per se to cut down on the cravings. You had to go to hypnotherapy.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that certain foods trigger the sugar craving, especially if you drink Diet Coke or something like this. I mean, the aspartame, which we all know is the worst that we can consume, literally makes your body crave more.
Right.
And then
But even though I was
the
eating very
addiction.
healthy, it was just part of my life, and I was always the guy. This is why I don't have sugar at home. That goes to the grocery store and buys $50 worth of candy. By the time I'm getting home, it's already gone.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
But you stay so
I'm the
thin.
same. I'm the same. I do that. Like
And
I
you
have
stay
like a
thin.
sugar addiction. So if I get any type of sugar, like I will want to eat all of it.
because it triggers exactly the same part in your
Yes.
brain like cocaine.
Yes.
And cocaine
Yeah.
is a binging drug.
Yeah.
Once you start, most people cannot stop.
You don't
until
wanna
it's gone.
stop.
I mean, I like that drug, but I can moderate my sugar.
You don't have an addiction like that. But it's also part of like I have ADHD and that's
Same.
also part of that diagnosis.
Didn't you say that you crave sugar with ADHD or something?
It's like you almost have like a binge you're more susceptible to binge eating
Yeah.
than you wouldn't be because you have an addictive personality.
And
So
this
binge
is why
eating is
cocaine
like
is so dangerous for people like us, which I had back in the days, decade-long addiction that I came over until January 6th of 2020, but I craved it every single day when I went through the chemical aisle.
Yeah.
Until I did hypnotherapy. That was the main reason. I was like, I cannot have
Wow.
this craving anymore. I don't believe in normal therapy. Just call your mom and tell you about a problem.
Yeah.
And the reason why I don't believe in therapy is just like chiropractors. They always schedule you for the next week right
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
It's not like we will finish and work on you at one point. No, it's a lifelong commitment, like a subscription model. But the hypnotherapy, and the first one that I did was actually at the Quick Trip gas station. I had Tesla loaner, biggest piece of, can't say it out loud. And I'm on this iPad. I was like, dude, we can't do it. I'm at the Quick Trip gas station. He's like, you can do it. You can do it everywhere. Even at a Taylor Swift concert. So like, cool. All of a sudden, and how was it? I was like, what happened? Yeah, you were out for 90 minutes. I was like, And he sent me the recording.
Weird.
In the car?
In the car.
Wow.
In the car. I was not
that's
driving. I was
crazy.
charging
Yeah.
at the Quick Trip gas station in Tucson. Yeah.
Whoa.
That's
yeah.
cool.
And the thing is that when I talked to him the first time, he's like, "You do not talk to me 3 times." And I was like, "You're a shitty sales guy. What kind of business person are
Yeah.
you?" He's like, "No, 3 times. I saw him 3 times, never again."
Huh.
That stuff works.
I need his number.
Now, can you eat the chips and gummy bears during the day and be fine? Or do you just stay away from it altogether?
So, there's always a lot of candy over here.
Yeah. And you sometimes eat it.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't take all. I'm the guy
Yeah,
that...
you're like
Like my
in
friends know me
moderation
as a
now.
thief. When they go to the restroom, I go to the candy cabinet, take it all out,
Yeah.
and then like eat it before they come back. No, that doesn't happen anymore. So
Now you can
Completely,
moderation.
yeah.
Just have a
Absolutely.
piece.
So this is some interesting information. It says the average percent of daily calories from sugar in America is 14%, with the leading sources being sugary sodas, cakes, and cookies. So 14% of our daily calories are coming from sugars, which is kind of disgusting if you think about that.
Well, I mean, it's in everything.
Unless you're active. If
It's
you have
in
20,000
everything.
steps and you're not sitting all day,
Yeah, yeah.
then sugar is definitely a good energy source, but it's also very short.
But these sources are not.
Yes.
These like sodas, cakes, and cookies are like processed sugars. So if you're going to eat
Yeah.
sugars, natural sugars like fruits and stuff are really going to be. That's fine.
Yeah.
Or even
You
pure
know?
cane sugar is a better source of a sweetener than all these other kinds of artificial
Yeah.
sweeteners out there.
Yep.
And even like if you're the creamers you put in your coffee, and people don't even realize how bad it is for you because of the kind of sugar that is in that
Yes,
stuff.
yeah.
Along with all the other ingredients.
Look at Lifesavers, which is the most misleading name for a candy thing. You know Lifesavers?
Yeah.
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 So we watched,
Actually, I
I
used
think
to
it was
like those.
the ice hockey game a couple of days ago at a buddy's house here that you guys know. He had like 2 packs of Lifesavers, and I'm always curious. I turned around, it's like, okay, there's this much of sugar, but it's 40 servings. I was like,
High
that's
fructose
400
corn
grams
syrup.
of sugar in
Yes.
one
Yeah.
little thing.
Yeah. Whoa.
And they're called Lifesavers. 400 grams of sugar in one little box.
Wow. I didn't
That's
know that.
That's good for your kids,
Wild.
right? No, and
Yeah,
then you
right?
wonder why they're not
Heck
behaving.
no, I don't
Yeah.
give my kids sugar. But I'm just saying, if you needed to consume sugar.
Yeah.
There's better
That's
ways
what
of
you,
doing
that's,
it.
That's where you go.
Yeah.
But so on top of weight gain, this overconsumption can cause irreparable damage, putting you at higher risk for type 2 diabetes, heart disease, depression. Anxiety,
Yep.
Yeah.
memory loss, and it can even reduce your brain volume.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
consuming too much sugar is actually destroying you from the inside out. And there's also neurochemical changes in the brain that
Yeah.
occur when we overeat sugar, which we were talking about, that are similar to what we see in drug addiction.
Yep.
So it's kind of the same thing. So there's ways that you can combat it. Like Julian said, you can do hypnotherapy, but you can also stay really hydrated. That kind of helps with cravings sometimes. If you're craving sugar or something sweet, grab water instead, maybe add some lemon to it and see if that helps to curb your craving before you actually grab the sweets.
Or shift your addiction.
Yeah.
But
Do
like,
something else.
Instead, grab an apple or work out.
Find a different addiction.
Yeah,
Yes.
just shift it.
A healthier one.
You can fast from sugary beverages for 24 to 48 hours, and that will kind of help your body reset. So even just getting rid of like sodas
Right.
and things like that for 24 to 48 hours, which is not that long of a time. I think you can do it. You might get a headache, but try doing that as well. Quitting cold turkey sometimes doesn't work, but it does work for some people. So just saying no.
Just don't buy
Just
it.
know you'll
Just
have
say
the,
no.
Just don't buy
the little
it.
bit of the withdrawal symptoms
Yeah.
at first, but
Yeah.
yeah, don't
you get cranky.
just don't keep it in
Yeah.
your house.
Yeah.
Don't go buy it.
Yeah,
Stay away
that's
from
another thing. Yeah,
the
don't
aisle.
buy it. Don't
Yeah.
buy the packaged foods. Don't have it in your house. That kind of eliminates the allure of it, anyways. Because if I know something's in my cabinet,
You
I'm
want to
like,
eat it.
Oh, it's still there. I might want to
Yeah.
eat it. You know. And then exercise, and then also be kind to yourself. Know that it's a process, and it's going to take some time to kind of get rid of this addiction. It is an addiction. It's like smoking or any kind of other addiction. So
Stay busy.
I think
Stay
it's, yeah,
busy.
stay
busy.
Yeah.
Start
Stay
with a
busy.
mindset. Keep yourself super active. Stay away from. Don't buy it.
A lot
So
of
simple.
it though is boredom. You know, I notice like even
Yeah.
with my kids on summer break, like they just
yeah.
want to eat all the time. And it's like, well, because you're not doing
Yeah.
much stuff during the
Netflix
day,
and
you're just
chill, huh?
bored.
Right,
So
yeah.
you know, staying busy it does help. But like things like when you wake up in the middle of the night, those are like it goes
That's a deep
deeper.
yeah.
So you have to work really hard
yeah,
at breaking that.
exactly, and that's a whole different
Yeah,
beast.
because you're actually so chemically addicted that chemically your body is waking you up to absolve
probably,
that.
yeah.
Craving.
Yes.
Such a craving that I literally got in my...
And that happens to me. That has happened to me too. I'll
that's
wake up in
happened
the
to
middle of the
her.
night
Yeah.
and I'll be like, I want something sweet. I'll go downstairs and grab something.
But also dietary changes, because certain
Things will trigger.
100%.
Like a lot of starchy carbohydrates that are metabolized into sugars that dip your blood sugar, makes you want to have more sugar. So all these things you've got to really be careful of. And like you said, the diet stuff. So people think, oh, well, regular fat, I'm trying to say low fat or fat free. Then it's also got a lot more processed stuff, including sugars in it.
Yeah.
And that, again, will make you crave more sugar. So it's better to eat stuff closest to its most natural, wholest form. Stay on the perimeter of the grocery stores where you get the least amount of, all those
Processed
bad
food,
kind of
Good
processed
call.
stuff.
Stay on the perimeter.
Yeah.
That's so true.
It's
Because
true.
what is on the perimeter? You
Is the
usually
freshest.
You have the, fruits and vegetables, which is a different topic. There's no nutrients anymore in it because we stopped doing crop rotation in the United States. Literally been proven. Like if you get certified organic
Our
kale
soil's
these days,
crap here too.
the
Yeah.
soil is
It's in the
depleted.
soil.
There's a crop rotation. You do kale, let's say potatoes, and the next year you don't do anything. You till the soil, you put the cow manure on it, and you let the soil breathe. And then you do kale, potato, nothing. But we do kale, and it's now been proven that if you buy kale now, it has like one tenth of the nutrients in it and minerals than like 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's
All about
true.
money. Yeah. it's
I know,
all about
so
money.
you're still trying to eat healthy and you're still not getting all the nutrients that you could be
Right.
getting. And that's why people turn to supplementation a lot, which isn't bad. I recommend doing supplements because we need them now, even if it's just like a multivitamin or something like that. But you touched on something earlier that I've always been interested in, and I've done it once, but cold plunge. And the benefits and the downfalls, because I've heard that there's two different sides to that as well.
I would not agree, and I'm not a professor and I'm not a doctor. I just say from my own experience, cold plunges they became a little bit more
Mainstream.
due to Wim Hof and his breathing technique, which I'm a big fan of. Every single morning I do that to just oxygenate my body. Just
You do?
Every single morning. I feel completely different.
That's smart. I should do that.
I should
Well, the
too.
thing is, with my Ashkenazi Jewish blood,
My kids will be like, "What's going on in there, Mom?
hey.
Now you just messed me up. I got to start all over again."
it is weird when you do it, but if you make it part of your daily routine,
I mean, I'm not saying
you
like
feel
it's bad.
totally
yeah.
different. I mean, we're
Because
just,
I've done like breathwork sessions, and it's
Oh,
similar to
yeah.
that method. You use like the
Yeah.
fast breathing, and it's. I
can
mean,
do
I
the
felt
Wim
amazing
Hof.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Even in Bikram yoga, you do like a certain kind of breathing technique, like the
Yeah,
actual
yeah.
like patent Bikram.
whatever it is, you
yeah.
just have to at least a few times a day focus on really deep breathing, because we in our society are shallow breathers.
We're just shallow in general.
You are. Shut
up.
So, but regarding the cold plunges,
Yeah.
the biggest benefit is that you put your body in such a stress.
Yeah.
You go into absolute fight and flight
Yeah.
mode. And when you do it in the morning and you stress yourself so much where your body actually thinks it's dying,
I just talked to my boyfriend, and that happens. But I got to sit in a cold bath.
You could do that too,
you
guys.
can do that too.
There's also benefits to being in a negative relationship.
But it makes you
Sounds like my
it
relationship.
makes you mentally stronger. That's the number one thing.
I would,
yeah.
for
Oh,
sure.
okay.
So if you
Mental
have-
toughness.
Oh,
Because you have to
100%.
mentally
Yeah.
control your body.
Yeah. Most people wake up and they go through their DMs and emails and they already have anxiety. If you do a cold plunge for 3 minutes, you need at least 2 minutes. That's the minimum time frame for your brown fat cells to actually get activated. Which the brown fat cells are there to regulate your body temperature, and they ultimately kill your white fat cells, which is your fat that you see, visceral fat or whatever. I had a discussion yesterday with a friend of mine. He's doing triceps or Ozempic or something like this, and he's not feeling good. Meanwhile, he has a $4,500 cold plunge outside. It's like, get rid of those. Do that twice a day, and you will get ripped. I can literally walk into a bar and go to somebody like, "You're doing cold plunges." They're like, "Yes." How do you know? Because everybody does it is ripped.
Well, so I thought they do a lot for recovery.
No,
Isn't it
it's for
supposed-
recovery as well. I think my main thing is you cannot be depressed if you do that. That's number one thing, because you're stressing your body so much that you get that nasty email like, "Hey, Mr. Smith, you screwed up, blah, blah, blah." You're just like, whatever, I already almost killed myself this morning. Da, 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 da.
So, but on the negative side, I've heard that
What's
like
that?
if you're already in like a a trauma responsive state and your body's already stressed, you're adding more stress, which can cause your cortisol levels to rise. So you're stressing your body
You
in
can
such a
actually gain
way
weight.
that it can be counterintuitive.
I would disagree with that. Reason why is if you're not in a good mindset and you do it properly, you will forget your negative mindset. Absolutely, because you put yourself through so much stress. And I go between 10 and 12 minutes.
Do you?
If I prime properly, I can do 10
How do you
12
do
minutes.
it? Do you do it in like a special location that you go to that has like cold plunges available, or do you just take a cold shower?
So no, the cold
You can't
shower.
really do that in Arizona.
Cold shower, even if no.
It's
Cold shower
warm.
doesn't get cold enough.
Yeah.
What
So
do you put the water temperature at?
It's around about 33, 34 degrees. And
You can sit in that 10 minutes?
Yeah, no problem at all.
I did it in a 37-degree tub.
Yeah.
And I lasted 4 minutes
That's
for
good.
the first time I ever
That's
did
right.
it.
Yeah.
And I literally, there was a woman with like a sound thing,
Yeah.
and I was like,
The whole time?
the whole time. I sounded like I was having a baby,
But
and
that's
when I was,
so-
I literally,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm so sorry I made all those noises.
Oh my God.
I couldn't control what was
then
coming out of me
but
though.
then
I
she
couldn't
didn't tell
control
you how
that.
to- no, so
But
that's
how
good.
did you stay in it 4 minutes?
That's good.
I don't know.
Because of the breathing, or just you were mentally tough?
I don't know. I tried to control my breathing, and she was like, "Okay, try to relax."
Yeah.
And and I was like,
It is like
So-
having a
And
baby.
that's where I
It
was
sounded
going. So
like
that's a
it.
fight and flight instinct
Yeah.
where you basically cramp up your muscles
Right.
and you hyperventilate.
"Yeah."
This is the worst.
The thing where I felt it
This
was
is the
here.
worst.
No,
Everywhere else was fine. Like my
You felt it
toes
where?
were frozen, my hands were frozen.
Yeah.
I felt it was in like my
Diaphragm.
gut and diaphragm.
Yeah.
That was where I was like, almost like
the beautiful thing
hyperventilating
once you
there.
figure out how to learn it, you have to do, and then
that's what she
and
said.
relax
Yes.
all your muscles.
Yeah.
And here's the interesting
And
part.
then it will be more effective.
After 30 seconds, and this is true if you look at it, when people die in Antarctica, they're usually naked because the
Oh, yeah.
cold sensation becomes the heat sensation.
Yeah.
And then you're calm. There can be a rave around you, just like, oh my God. Boom. And then the benefits, besides, of course, mental health, it's good for your heart, cardiovascular, your burning fat. There's so many benefits, they're endless, and this is also the reason why I'm never sick. It just makes
your
body
immune system helps
Yeah.
with your immune
100%,
system. I've heard that.
It is so simple.
I will say that after I did it, like I felt incredible.
Yeah.
I was like, it was awesome.
Yeah.
I felt so great.
Did you feel like energized?
I felt energized.
Unbelievable.
And it was great. And I felt like I had accomplished something too, because I was like, I just did that. That was
If you do
really
this
great.
every single morning, nothing will bother you the entire day.
I just feel like I tried to do it again a second time, and I couldn't even get myself into the tub. I was so cold.
Maybe you like psyched yourself
mentally,
out.
because of the first time what
Yes.
happened, and I was like,
No, you got to do it.
they're gonna think I'm
Gotta
having a
do it again.
baby.
So there's a few things how
I
you can
literally
do
was
it.
like it sounded like I was giving birth.
And she was like trying to calm you. It
And
does
yes,
sound like
but it was in like an open place too, where there was other people around.
Was it more than optimize?
No, it was at this place. I forget. I think it was called like Reset or something. It was
Okay.
like in Mesa.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm
Maybe
sorry,
next time you're
sorry,
like,
everybody.
do you have private room?
I know.
I
I,
mean,
was
you
like,
did
I didn't
great
mean
for
to.
your first time, but
Damn, but it ruined it for every other time.
but if you want to do it at home, there's a couple of things. At my old house, I always had southern exposure. I bought an infrared sauna once a year. I used one for like $400 because it got destroyed by the sun, and then a 7.5 cubic deep chest freezer. 7.5 because I perfectly fit inside, but I couldn't submerge if I pass out, which can happen. So, and then every year just bought a new one. Now, since I
Good to
traveled
know.
so much, I have an inflatable
Make sure
one.
it's shallow enough
I
you
know.
don't drown.
No,
so then
some
you
of my
put
friends
ice
have
in
like.
it.
No, I had it plugged in and on with the thermostat and was constantly running and cooling it.
With
basically.
water in it,
With
a
water in it,
freezer.
Yeah.
How'd you do that? How'd you program that? You cut a hole in it and ran a hose, or specifically for cold plunge?
Oh, no, this is
We'll
literally
fill
just
the
a normal
freezer up
one.
like that.
Yeah, but
You
how
put
did he
some water in
keep
it.
constant water running in it?
You have a cooling device in it. No, you have the freezer basically run, and there's a thermostat in it. And I had it plugged into an outlet, and every single time the freezer hit a certain temperature, it stopped working.
Oh.
Yeah.
That
But-
seems dangerous.
No, you have to unplug it before you go in. just in case.
No, it's like, that seems real dangerous. He said unplug it before you go in just in case.
know,
And make sure it's low enough so you don't drown.
No.
Two key things.
So some of my friends
Enter
have
at your own risk.
No, some of my
So
friends have
cold
the really
plunging
big
is
ones.
great.
Except for you could actually really die
If you submerge,
in his cold plunge.
then it's a dead plunge. But right now I have an inflatable one since I traveled so much.
Yeah.
That I literally inflate. I have my chiller in it. I put it up with water, and this is what I do. Or if
Is
I'm
it that circular
What's
one?
a chiller?
It's, yeah.
Can I buy one for my bathtub?
Yeah, you could do that, but then you would have to like cool you down every time.
Yeah.
For you, what you can do is like when I'm traveling and I'm in a hotel, I fill up the bathtub. I literally go to the ice machine with buckets.
Yeah.
Or hint, McDonald's has the cheapest ice in the United States.
McDonald's,
They
he
do
loves
have
it.
No,
They do 50
hey.
cents a
Yeah.
bag.
You get a
I know.
7 pound bag of ice for $1.
Yeah.
He loves
I
McDonald's.
know. He's
Yeah.
like, McDonald's is going to sponsor this
like,
podcast.
actually-
and Peak
Hey.
Body.
Coffee. They
Please.
also have great coffee.
Please. Which, a true story, when the Super Size Me movie came out, where the guy ate McDonald's
Yeah,
for 30
yeah,
days,
of course.
I did that too. I had zero chains.
Except for your
Really?
mom. Except for your mom's perception was much different.
My mom.
He's like, I looked the same, but my mom told me I
call me
looked
fat.
He's all, McDonald's ain't got nothing on me. She's all, what the hell happened to you over in America?
He's like, I had to buy 2 plane seats.
All right, I won't get the 50 piece. I'll get the 25 piece. And 4 burgers.
But now I eat like once a month, so I eat very, very clean. I would say.
Yeah.
Just realizing
So
it's
a couple
catching
things
up.
about cold plunge, like we talked about, faster recovery. So if you work out a lot,
Yeah.
and you're recovering, it's good to do that. It helps your muscles recover faster.
Yeah.
It can also reduce pain. So cold water therapy can lessen the perception of pain in the body. Maybe
It takes
because-
away inflammation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes away inflammation, improve mood, which we touched on.
And look ripped.
Yeah, improved circulation. So that's part of the reason probably
Yeah.
why. Boosted metabolism, you kind of touched on that as well. And they're typically taken in water that's less than 60 degrees Fahrenheit, but it can be as cold as 38 degrees Fahrenheit.
You want to go like between 35 and 38.
So 60 seems warm.
60 is warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
That's,
not much.
that's maybe for some people as an entry level.
Yeah, you progress.
Yeah.
However, it's all about, again, as long as you control your breathing and you literally tell your muscles not to contract and
Yeah,
do this.
you have to like mentally
Shiver.
control
Shiver.
yourself.
Yeah.
So there is some dangerous things. They can be dangerous for some people if they have certain health conditions. So your body goes through a physiological response called the cold shock response, which can cause your heart rate and blood pressure to spike and your airways to tighten. So kind of like I said, like I was having.
It
like,
restricts your breathing.
yeah. So it can restrict your breathing. And this can be dangerous for people with heart conditions. And you should consult your doctor before plunging. If you have a doctor, make sure that you are talking to them first before you do it if you have any of those medical conditions. And then avoid cold plunging if you have high blood pressure, diabetes, poor circulation, like Raynaud's phenomenon, which I have.
You have
And
that?
then
That sounds fancy. I want that too.
arrhythmias.
Raynaud's phenomenon.
What is that?
It's just circulation, and it only happens in my hands. But if I get really cold, my fingers will turn white and have like
You're zinc deficient then.
a band of color on them.
You're
Like,
zinc-
that's
they'll
zinc
turn like
deficiency.
blue. I have a picture on my phone. Like my finger was blue right here and white the rest of my hand.
Weird.
And you're so active, so that must be
It's
zinc
called
deficiency.
Raynaud's.
Yeah, but I only developed it in Syracuse, obviously, because it was cold. So
you didn't even know you
I didn't
had
know
it.
I had it. Yeah.
On the other hand, there's also so many diseases in this country. Like if your pinky hurts every 3 weeks on a
Yeah,
Sunday,
you have-
then you have respiratory. They call
On a
it
Sunday.
ALTSSYT, and they have a medication for you, by the way, for that. So.
But here are the list of the side effects.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
like the only country I've ever
Consult
been to
your
where
physician first.
there's a really fancy name for anything.
He's saying cold plunge.
Cold plunge is good.
Yeah.
Don't take
That's
the
his
medicine.
recommendation. So what about red light therapy?
Oh,
Yeah.
huge fan of it.
You were saying you were doing it
I'm actually now using
for the
it
redness
my
on your face,
for
right?
the redness of my face.
He was
100%.
trying to
Yeah.
make himself better looking. It didn't work.
Still working on it.
Amber.
But hey, you
it
know
clearly
what?
didn't work,
Hey,
Julian.
Amber.
I would return that red light.
That's the Amber management coming out again. No, so thank you. I see myself once in the mirror in the morning. It's enough. I don't take selfies. But no, I have been using it for my knees. So I was due for
yeah.
knee surgery.
Yeah.
They wanted both my knees basically replaced. They make good money with that. I told them no. So I did physical therapy and a lot of like knee strengthening exercises. And every single day, half an hour on each knee with red light therapy.
So what I'm getting
good.
away from this man's self-care is that he has no children, no other responsibilities. He wakes up in the morning and what? You cold plunge, and then you do 30 minutes on each knee of rehabilitative
No, he does
exercises.
his breathing first.
Oh,
he
and
had
the
to do
breathing
evening.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then red light therapy.
Yeah.
So after 4 hours, he's ready to go.
That sounds like a great start to the day.
That's what you got to do. Maybe you just wake up a little bit earlier. Or-
Amber just wakes up perfect and ready to go, see?
I know, just like she literally just woke up.
Maybe
crazy.
it's Maybelline.
Maybe she's bored with it.
Well, but be careful, otherwise there's going to be some comments coming in. Like,
I know.
Like earlier.
I know.
I have 3
Probably.
children.
But these are things that you don't necessarily have to do right when you wake
In
up in the morning.
consecutive order either.
But also, they don't need to be done every single day. So
No.
you could also gain benefits from doing them if you do it once a month and like on a budget or
Yeah.
something like that, once or twice a month, or once a week if you can. But it's like for some people, doing this stuff every single day is not feasible,
Right,
So
correct.
these are also things that you can add into your routine or use if you're having some sort of specific injury like Julian had with his knees. Using red light therapy for that can be beneficial. Red light therapy is also supposed to be really good for like sleep. It like helps
Yeah,
to reset
I've
your
heard that.
circadian
Yeah.
rhythm.
Yeah.
And I've done it a couple times, and I
what about those
honestly don't
saunas?
know.
Have you done the sauna?
love saunas.
So don't they have the red light sauna?
They have
They do.
there's
Infrared. right?
infrared. Yeah, I love.
That's what I
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
Sauna.
steam sauna I don't do every single time I go into a steam sauna, like at Lifetime. I get sick afterwards.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
rather just do
Why,
like
the
a
wetness or something?
infrared.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost like when you vape. You have one of these vape pens, and you feel like you have liquid in your lungs.
Interesting.
I don't like that. Then a normal sauna is great, but I believe in infrared sauna just
Yeah.
because you're in there longer and your body temperature slower increases.
Because you're increasing from the inside out. So
Exactly.
those other things are heating your body from the outside in.
Yeah.
So I think it's better to do infrared as well because your body is heating from the inside out and you're like releasing toxins.
Yes.
Yeah. You can listen
So-
to an audiobook or read something.
Yeah.
But when you talk about a budget and all that stuff, yes, I used to pay a lot of money to go to places to get this treatment done. But ultimately, I bought actually 2 red light therapy devices, each one like $100. My cold plunge was $100. My mobile infrared sauna that I can literally just fold together and travel was $250. So realistically, if you don't go out in Old Town for 1 or 2 nights and don't buy a bottle, you can buy that stuff and do it at
Yeah.
home. It's all about priorities.
Yes.
Right?
So when people tell me I don't have the money for that, but they tell me to spend $1,000 on a bottle in the club last night, I'm like,
But
Yeah.
did they have fun?
no.
Oh.
You have the
they
wrong
did.
people all of a sudden showing
That
up
was
drinking your
always
drinks.
fun.
They had fun.
We always have
Yeah, you had
They
fun
had
because you were going to the
fun.
guys
And then
with the
you need
bottle.
the infrared sauna
The next day. I wonder, have you ever cold plunged after you've been hungover?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Does that
And?
help?
Oh, 100%.
Really?
100%, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Which I'm...
Have you ever done an IV after you've been hungover?
Yeah.
I
doesn't do
have. It
anything.
didn't do anything for me
No.
either.
Oh,
I'm not
interesting.
a-
So the cold plunge is the better option.
Yeah, but the thing is, well, I'm never hungover when I drink, which I drink frequently. It's just in my genetics, and I'm a very social person.
good.
I drink a lot
Very
of
good.
mineral water in between, and I always eat when I
great.
drink.
Yes, drinking the water in between the drinks,
Yeah,
it does
that's
make a
smart.
difference.
But don't get
actually.
that tap water to taste like chlorine, has nothing in it.
Ew, I
Get
know.
mineral water with minerals in it, potassium, calcium, boron, and everything else.
So you bring your own water with you when you go out?
No,
Gas?
no,
Oh, no
I-
gas.
I'm that guy at the bar, like, hey, what kind of bottled mineral water do you have? And they're
Okay.
like, San Pellegrino? Yeah, it's like, yeah, give me this. They're like, you're weird.
What do you drink? Pellegrino?
Yeah, or Topo Chico is okay. Ideally, you want to get like Gerolsteiner or Evian, something like this.
Evian.
Evian?
Evian.
Do you have Evian?
Evian.
Well, then this club sucks.
No, but if you're drinking, don't buy these like hungover drinks. Just eat
I'll
and
do
drink
a
water.
Topo Chico.
Those actually, they hit. It's
This club
the carbonation is so perfect with Topo Chico.
Isn't that an alcoholic drink?
I thought
No.
Topo Chico was like a flavored water, isn't
I thought it was
No,
alcohol.
they started out with normal mineral water,
Sparkling flavor.
sparkling, which is actually
Yeah,
a natural
sparkling flavored
carbonated.
water.
Yeah. But then they have flavor, and now they also have Topo Chico seltzers, of course,
Okay.
with tequila in it. I think.
That's what I thought.
Oh,
See,
really?
I thought so.
I didn't know that.
Well, I don't drink those. I drink like the normal water. But I
Okay.
prefer Gerolsteiner, which I get at Trader Joe's. It's literally from my hometown.
Oh. It's a German mineral water.
Yeah, and
that's
if you
cool.
that's actually has been tested as one of the best
I
ones
love
in the
Trader
world.
Joe's. I always forget about
I know, me
Trader
too.
Joe's.
Yeah.
The best orange juice.
I know you've said that before.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
such a
when he
foodie.
did say that before.
He clearly loves the orange juice.
I
Yeah.
will plug that anytime. The lemonade's fantastic.
Oh, lemonade. Their lemonade's good.
Oh, I should go there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They
that
have
was-
these cheese puff snacks that you can have 36 of, and it's like
Not
$2
peak body approved.
They're-
no,
they're,
no, no.
almond
Not peak body
butter.
approved.
It's
No.
only
Stop
like
it.
100 calories. It's like 36 poofy. Like,
Their almond butter filled pretzels are addicting.
they're so good.
I can
Okay.
eat the whole bag.
Me too, but they have them with no salt, and I like those
They
ones
are
better.
so good.
They're so
Both are
good.
good.
Both are
Joe's,
good.
please sponsor this podcast.
I know. Thanks,
Oh, and
Trader
Aldi, by the
Joe's.
way. Aldi, I'm a huge fan.
What is?
Aldi.
Oh, Aldi.
There's one right next here by Sprouts.
Oh.
I always forget about Aldi.
I do
Oh,
too.
They
I
have
go-
those in New York, and
Where is
I
one
always
next to
forgot.
Sprouts?
It's literally, you know, a southwest corner on University and, no, hold on, was it? Southern and McClintock.
Oh.
Right behind Walgreens.
Oh, there's an Aldi there now.
Yes, and guess what? I go there and spend $60 on the same stuff that I would spend $180 at Sprouts.
Yeah,
They have the same brands, but they just basically label them with their own
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Bagels, $2.69. Not that I eat bagels, but they're $4.99 at effing Sprouts.
He doesn't eat bagels, but he knows the cost of them.
I woke up one Sunday. I was like, I want a bagel, and I was like, $4.99 for 6. That doesn't sound right.
I'm going to Aldi.
I went right across 260, and I was like, there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Bagels.
And
So
yeah,
this is I went to the dentist on Friday, and I have 3 cavities.
we
And
can't
I have
tell you got beautiful teeth.
I
know.
do have. I take really good care of my teeth.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wasn't surprised. I hadn't been in the dentist in a while, but I started reading up on like oil pulling. Have you guys ever heard of
Yes,
that?
yes.
And so I started to do
Did
it,
you?
and I want to see if it'll work.
My old roommate would do that with the coconut oil.
Yeah, with coconut oil. So I'm envisioning myself going back to the dentist to get these cavities filled. And I'm like, there's no cavities.
Oh, so you talk about natural remedy to actually.
Yeah. So
Yes.
you actually swish
For 2
olive
minutes.
Oil. No, 20 minutes. Yeah.
Don't
How do you
swallow.
do that?
I don't swallow it, but
Actually,
I
also,
swish.
it's good for you.
It's like organic,
Yeah.
unrefined olive oil.
Okay.
So it's like I scoop it out
Yeah.
and I swish for 20 minutes, and I'm gonna see what happens. It's great.
But how do you swish for
Yeah, it's
20
oil-
minutes?
it's
You mean
olive
you
oil.
just take different scoops?
No, you take the same scoop and swish it around for 20 minutes. I leave it in my mouth for 20 minutes.
Damn.
I like it. I went for my walk yesterday, and I go for like a 5-mile walk, and I would just put it in my mouth, and I was like, well, we'll start the walk this
I
way.
would not do
'cause-
it walking because I would probably just inhale it on accident. So
No,
I'd be like,
I was good.
Yeah. Okay.
People don't
Good.
talk to you and say hi.
I mean, I'll be like,
I have oil in my mouth.
I know.
My
And
roommate
then I
would do that.
spit it out, and there was time. I was
Maybe
like, oh my
it was
god.
20 minutes, and
It's
she walked
so
around the
long,
house
yeah.
with it in her mouth, and
For
she was
20
doing that.
minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes. It's a very long time, but
Do you have to use that specific oil?
yeah, I mean, you should use organic, unrefined. Yes.
That's what she used, but coconut, is that okay?
Yeah,
Oh,
coconut.
so you can use that.
Yeah.
And coconut oil, by the way, or butter, what it's called, you can really just scoop it all day long. Good fat. I love it.
Well, it is good fat.
Yeah.
To
But
eat,
you
you
shouldn't
need
to
eat
consume.
it
I
all
literally
day
just,
long.
I literally just
It's
consume
still
it like
fat.
this. Yeah, but we burn it off. It depends on your
It
activity level.
yeah. But anyway, so I started doing that, and I'm going to see what happens. It's supposed to help whiten your teeth. It's antibacterial. So, and I think the swishing of it helps to actually like
Pull some of that.
rid like your teeth of like the cavities or whatever.
Really?
Hey, your body
We'll
has
see.
everything to heal itself.
Exactly.
Do we
Yeah.
do you do this every day? Is
no,
this a daily?
I don't. I'm sure some people do, and maybe I'll build up to that. But there's no way. Like 20 minutes is a long time to.
It is a long
Swish something in my
time.
mouth.
And it's not like it's water. It's kind of thick.
It is,
Yeah,
and
but-
it's like. Then I was like, this is hard because I'm like, the whole time like
Yeah.
swishing. So I'm gonna try it twice a week. And
Okay.
See what happens.
And see when
But
you go
20
back.
minutes is good
to the
investment.
I don't
Like
know
when
yet.
you said like, I don't have kids, it's true, but it's all about making priority. If you want to do a cold plunge in the morning, you're going to spend 20 minutes at the breath work, whatever, this is the best investment. It's in you.
It's true.
True.
I'd rather be half an hour late to work, which I don't really have a schedule, so I can't be late.
I mean, some people will get fired.
Some people just show up half an hour late anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say, you still don't get fired. But I mean,
Luckily, I don't sit at a desk.
yeah.
I would get fired.
Yeah.
Usually.
But I mean, that is
I
true.
said
It
something
is
wrong
about
here.
it is about priorities and where they are.
Yes.
Like, you can make those adjustments if you really want to.
my
Like I
body
would
is
like to
always
incorporate breath work into my morning routine. I think
super
that's a
important.
great idea.
Yeah.
I get up, like my alarm goes off, and I like pop out of bed,
Yeah.
and I'm immediately into my routine. Like I don't take time to like ease into anything. I'm literally like boom, I'm up.
But you prioritize what is important to you for self-care, just like he prioritizes what is important to him for self-care.
But that I feel like is important to start your day in some of those ways.
You have to be selfish.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
if
sometimes.
certain people need certain things to be functioning perfectly. Certain people need certain routines to feel like level and centered and fulfilled. And before you start your day, you have to be perfectly primed. We don't always have to be perfectly performing. But instead of waking up, scrolling Instagram and take 5 Adderalls and then feeling anxious and then take Xanax and then get to work all tweaked out and not hating your life, maybe you wake up and take care of yourself.
Sounds fun, actually. Who does that?
You're like, call me.
Forget all this health stuff.
I know
That
a lot of
morning
people.
routine, it'll
I
really
know a
get
lot
you
of
going.
people.
Scrolling
They're like, I'm so
Instagram,
anxious, too much
Poppy
fun. And then
Daddies, and
Xanax.
Danny's,
It's like,
Take Xanax.
showing up like a zombie at work.
Yeah.
which
But-
we do here at Peabody.
No, you don't do that.
We don't do that.
Oh, I walk here in like a mess usually. Just
No, you don't.
I know,
I saw you walk in today.
Did he look like a mess?
No.
Because he did his breath work, his cold plunge.
Yeah. Did
And
you
I-
brush your teeth?
Yes. Yeah. Few
Today he
things.
did.
You have very white teeth.
He does.
Thank
Look
you.
how white they are.
Do you bleach them? Do you
I
whiten
bleach them
them?
and I brush them about 4 or 5 times.
What do you
a day.
bleach
I do
them
too.
with?
I brush my teeth a lot.
So I used to use those strips, but they have too much fluoride in it. They're actually really bad for you. And then
Yeah.
my ex-girlfriend created a paste, super simple. It's basically baking soda, something else, a few things, and she just puts in a container.
Can you ask her what it is?
Yeah, ask her what
it's
it
really
is.
healthy things, and it's unbelievable.
You have really white teeth, though. But I
All of
drink
us.
coffee.
So do I.
So do I.
You do?
Yeah.
We all do.
It doesn't do anything, but I still like it.
I drink coffee, but
Coffee
I also
does it.
swish with this is really bad. I told my dentist this too. I swish with peroxide like once a week.
Is that bad?
It's not good.
Oh, they said don't do it?
They were like, it's not good for the enamel of your teeth
Yeah.
and your gums. Huh? Yeah, but it also makes them look whiter.
In a couple of weeks, you
really?
show up and like half your teeth are missing.
And I'm like,
Oh, but
We
I
still
think
love you, though, don't
I
worry.
think
the
you
ones I
put-
have left are white though.
I think you put peroxide and baking soda and something
You can,
else. It
but
makes it.
I
Yeah.
do baking soda and salt. Someone told me to do baking soda and salt, and then I like scoop my toothbrush in there.
Yes.
and I do
Exactly.
that.
And
That's-
Because
then
it's
put a
more
little toothpaste
abrasive.
on
It's a
it,
little
and
more
I literally do.
yeah.
And the thing is, your teeth are like glass.
Yeah.
When I used those whitening strips, they looked white, but I still had those
They
like...
felt
You
Yeah.
still had the buildup or whatever.
When you go over with your tongue,
Plaque.
you feel like they're not really clean.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love going to the dentist.
Oh, yeah?
You do go a lot. Amber takes really good care of it.
You
She like
are
flosses
sick.
3 times a day.
Yeah, flossing is super important.
Yeah.
I still,
But you
I
like
only
going to
floss
the
once a
dentist?
day.
What?
You like going to the
I
dentist?
do like going to the dentist.
I fear because
I
every
like
time I
getting
go,
my
it's a
teeth
few
cleaned.
$1,000s every time, and I don't even have anything.
Well, you need better insurance.
I don't believe in insurance.
Poor foreign man.
I pay cash.
Oh my god.
I get a better deal of cash everywhere anyway.
Oh
so.
my god. So let's talk a little bit about vitamin D3 because I feel like this has kind of been coming up a lot in like
Yeah.
I've seen it on social media and stuff like that. And there's like that what is it DAK is also like a good combo of vitamin D. So vitamin D we're supposed to be getting from the sun, and since a lot of our jobs now are inside
They're
and we're
fluorescent
sedentary, we're in
lights.
fluorescent lights. You wake up, get in your car, in your garage, go to your office, sit there, and then you leave, and it's already getting dark out. You're not getting an
And if
adequate
you're
amount
out,
of
you're wearing
sunlight.
sunscreen.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're not getting that benefit that you should be getting from the sun.
Yeah.
So there's like obviously, supplements and stuff we can take for vitamin D and things like that. But vitamin D is really good for you because it enhances your bone health.
Yep.
It can also improve your mood. And those things kind of just help with like longevity too. We want to live happier,
weight
healthier
management
lives.
and immune system. It's pretty essential. It's
Yeah.
probably one of the most essential things for us.
I think that sometimes taking certain key nutrients too helps you to also absorb other nutrients in your body as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But tying into this is why I think everybody should get a full blood panel.
Yeah.
To find out
DNA
where
test,
there's
I definitely
methylation
really
test.
want to do
Yeah,
that.
I do
The
too.
genomics test, which is unbelievable. I will do
Wow,
this.
that would be
100%.
crazy.
And then, because most people talking about supplementation, they feel like, oh, I heard about something.
Yeah.
Let's take it.
And if I'm taking it,
But
I'm
maybe
not,
you don't need it.
if you don't need it, your body's just getting rid of it
It'll
anyways.
excrete it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You either
what's
pee it
the
out,
point?
or it actually has negative side effects.
Yeah.
You can have
Yeah.
a buildup of too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So are these tests for men and women, so
Yes.
anyone can do them.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then how do we go about doing that? How do we order
It's very
them
simple.
through
You
Peakbody?
literally- you go to peakbody.com, which is currently being completely redone. That's why I'm saying like this will be our program soon.
Yeah.
We have been in contact with phenomenal tests or labs around the United States, and you would basically just in the mail. It doesn't look like anything special. Swab test, boom, send it back, and within like 2 to 4 weeks, you get a full-on report on anything.
So then from there, with that information that people are getting about their all those markers, then what can they do with that information? Do they take it to their doctor?
You get
Does
a full-on
Peakbody
consultation.
walk them through the?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So one of our doctors will go over the test, tell you exactly what to do, what not to do, what to expect. For women in this country, I think the biggest threat is breast cancer, which I know way too many young women. Even a friend of mine right now, she got her test back and she has to do chemo, which I don't know if that's the best way to do because you kill cancer with cancer. But it can tell you exactly what you're expecting. So for me, it's important because my mom has Ashkenazi Jewish blood, and if you look at all Ashkenazi Jews that are famous, they all die of cancer. And I already had too many tumors, including brain
That's so
tumor and
interesting
all
that you say
stuff.
that because they asked me that when I went to my gynecologist the other
Yeah.
day if I was that type.
Ashkenazi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, no,
You're
I
like,
don't know what this
"What's
means even. And now,
Now
you
he
just
said it.
It's a
which is-
bloodline
yeah.
where you're gifted in one way, but you're also punished in another way.
Whoa.
Super
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. And finding all the stuff out. I mean, there's 23andMe and
Yeah.
and the other one, which they sold the data to the DEA, I think, just like Snapchat sold the facial recognition data to the FBI.
Yeah.
So your data will be shared, but not with those labs that we are contracting.
What
with.
about all my Snapchats?
Well, you know what those
Will my
interesting about those-
Snapchats be shared?
Oh,
that
they're going to be
data-
sent to your mom right now.
That data helps
My
them
poor
catch
mother.
criminals, though, because they can
Yes.
match you with like a relative, so they can like catch the criminal that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
It's super interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you've done like 23andMe and stuff, your blood goes into that database, and
Yep.
if one of, let's say like your cousin or someone killed somebody and they have their DNA and you're that close relative, they will find them through you, essentially.
Yeah.
It's so interesting.
Yeah.
I love all that stuff.
Yeah. So, but after the
We
test,
should talk about true crime. on our
Forensic
next
files, true crime, off topic.
I'm out.
Body.
I'm out. No, but it's a good test. So, I mean, the test is very, very easy. It's literally just like back in the COVID days. You guys probably remember COVID 69, whatever. You do a little swab test.
Yeah.
Send it in.
It went
it's
up your
already
nose, though.
labeled.
Remember that?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
up
those
your
were the
nose. Had to go
worst.
way deep up your
Oh my
nose.
gosh.
Scratched your brain.
Yes.
Like literally, like
Do you remember like how
Scratch your
crazy that was? And you would like, I remember going to like some drive-through COVID
Yeah.
testing, and they were
Yeah.
like,
Ugh.
in
like
your
the
car.
Envy's Women's Health, whatever they're called, Embry's Women's Health.
yes, that's where I went.
Oh, there, yeah.
It was at the mall.
The FBI is.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I went to that one too. The FBI is now on there.
Why?
Because they, it was proven that they actually never really tested and they were just raking in the money.
Thanks, guys.
So they were swabbing everyone and
I think
never.
guys, you
Negative,
paid a
negative.
lot of money because it was like it was immediate. They gave you your results in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
They weren't even testing, and they're all positive, negative. Let's tell them they're
Like,
positive.
that person was a
It,
jerk.
You're
it was already
positive.
sketchy because one week they're like doing this. It's okay. The next week they're like, no, we have to do it here. These ones are inaccurate. It's like, okay. The next week I had to spit. I was like, huh? Yeah, the other two are. And then the fourth week I'm going back and they're going back in my nose. I'm like, wait.
The fifth week, they were like, bend over and
Bend
spread out.
over. We found its most accurate right here.
I think Amber, Amber,
Don't get us.
don't get us. What's the safe word? Sydney.
Pineapple.
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 That's
So that's actually
funny.
super interesting,
So,
though, and
yeah.
I'm interested in getting those tests done.
Yeah,
The
me
doctors
too.
go
I
over
am
your
too.
test, they consult
Yeah.
you. It's very, very in-depth. Depending on your insurance or not, it can be costly. Also, there's different type of tests. Out of pockets, they can range between $100 and $2,100. But at $2,100, oh, it's so boring.
Excuse
huh?
me. I needed oxygen. If you knew anything about health
Yawning?
and fitness and yawning.
No, you're just very easy to read.
She
You're
needs
just
some
bored.
breath work.
Yeah, take a deep breather.
But so and
Yeah.
they'll do all of this in house, all the testing, or it's all sent out.
So, order comes in, we send you the lab kit. You have basically the what's it called in English?
Directions.
Directions on
in
it.
front of it.
You put it in the mail. It will be sent to a lab. We get all the data, and one of our doctors will go over the results in the end.
Sounds
it's very,
good.
very easy. And
Yeah.
it's really something you have to do one time. On the other hand, the blood panel, I think it's something people should do at least quarterly.
Yeah.
Not the once a year blood panel, and in between so much stuff happened.
Right.
So to do this blood panel, is it just a finger prick or like that?
At home, yeah.
And so you can do the finger. Then they have a little device you can put right here and literally just dab yourself really quick.
Okay.
It's like a little
Oh,
poke with a vial. Or you go to one of our contracted labs like LabCorp and Quest.
Okay.
They're literally all 50
And
states.
then you could do a full panel because they'll draw all your blood.
Exactly. If you live in the middle of nowhere in Alabama and the closest LabQuest is 300 miles away, then you can do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. Or you go to your doctor. Yeah.
Okay.
But this is the start. Instead of just buying supplementation, saying, hey, I'm feeling
Yeah.
fatigue, I'm buying D12 or D3 or multivitamin, which most of them are crap anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually go deep, look inside, find out what's going on, and adjust. And
Yeah.
Go deep, look
and
inside.
tweak.
Look inside.
Sounds like my therapist.
That is good. That is good therapy.
true.
But it is true to like get
is true.
to the root of where your issues are starting, rather than getting a medication that's just masking.
It just
Yeah.
puts a Band-Aid on everything.
Yeah, and then you develop other conditions from that condition because it's
100%.
rooted deeply
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
And people think too, like, oh, I have type 2 diabetes. Oh, let's get on medication. Oh, I can still eat a cookie. So you don't really change your lifestyle. You just start taking the pill, and then you think you're better.
Which is
Yeah.
funny because my father got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. He cut his alcohol consumption a little bit, changed his diet, less sauce, and he already cooks very, very clean. Half
Yeah.
a year later, he was out.
Yeah.
He's back to normal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you absolutely
A
can.
lot of it
But
can
you
just
just
be
have to be
lifestyle
educated.
change.
You have to
Yeah.
change your body on a cellular level
Yes.
in order to fix those problems, and people don't realize that because the medication isn't changing your body on a cellular level. It's just adding something.
to change your current
Yeah,
chemicals
to-
or current
yeah,
levels.
and
exactly.
big pharma, and I
yeah.
don't want to say anything wrong because I don't want to die of a heart attack tomorrow.
And then need medication.
And no, you know how that goes. Whenever you say something wrong against big people, you end up with a heart attack on an airplane, like Putin's opponents.
Right.
We'll be like, why was he on an airplane?
Big pharma is not interested in actually getting you.
Well, he didn't tell us. he
No,
was
they're
going
not
to.
interested in
It's on
getting
an
you
airplane?
healthy. They want to keep you in the system.
I agree.
This is
I
why,
agree.
for example,
Of
with the blood
course.
pressure, look it up. About 15, 20 years ago, they lowered the baseline for the blood pressure.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
When I go to the doctor, they're like 142 something. You need blood pressure
Yeah.
medication. Like, no. All around the world, I'm considered to be normal.
Yeah. Interesting fact about me is I was on blood pressure medication for
Yes.
years.
What?
So at
Yes.
23, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure.
What was it, like 130?
Kim used to
No.
also get extreme
I
anxiety,
did,
though.
but my blood pressure was like, it would be like 160 over 100.
Yeah.
It was high, and sometimes it would get higher depending on how anxious I was.
Yeah.
So I was on medication for years, and then I decided I was like, I can't keep doing this. I don't
Yeah.
want to take a pill for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So I started eating better, working out harder in
Yeah.
different ways, and I'm not on blood
See?
pressure medication. My blood pressure, last time I went to the doctor, was perfectly normal by the standards.
Plus, there's
Yeah.
also
128
that syndrome,
over
huh?
81, like, it
there's
was
the syndrome
perfect.
where you see them and you already...
And
the white
that's
coat
how I was too,
syndrome?
because
The white
and
coat
It
syndrome.
was
Yeah.
probably higher. I mean, so my blood pressure was probably lower than what they read because I have the white coat syndrome. I
yes,
was like,
getting all nervous.
I was like, oh God, it's probably really high. I
Yeah.
had 4 cups of coffee, and I was like, even after 4 cups of coffee, wow. So I was like, proud of myself for fixing that issue.
You really did,
With
though,
diet and
change your
exercise.
lifestyle. I mean, you really did.
But that's a testament to like how well those things do work.
It
you
does.
Know, you change your lifestyle, and like you're changing your whole
Life.
physiology and your
Yep.
whole life. Like I got off medication that I would have potentially been on for the rest of my
But
life.
it takes work.
Yeah,
And
it does
people
take
don't
work.
want to do that. And people
That's
just
true.
believe one doctor. They don't do their own research. And, I mean, doctors always want to give you something. There are high kickbacks involved. We know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
But I
So-
think with like this peak body stuff is a really great way for people to take, their own action,
Yeah.
take control of your own health, and get to the root of what's bothering you or what your problems
Yeah.
may be and fix it, and this is a great way and a great place to start so you can
And
know your
doctors are gonna hate
baselines.
us.
Well, it gives
I'm
you
sorry.
major awareness. I mean,
Yeah.
people can float through life and be like, "Oh, one more drink's not going to kill me. One more drink," and then by the time it's been like 2 months and it's been one more drink, and then, but if you have it on paper, like, "Hey, you could potentially die from this,"
Yeah.
then maybe it'll be more important to say one more drink and be done.
Yeah, but from then on, I mean, ultimately, Yeah, like I mentioned really quickly, doctors will hate us, but it's okay. It's going to be not an anti-doctor campaign, but a completely different approach.
Yeah.
Not saying it's a holistic approach, but a more scientific approach. Find out what's going on, clean your gut 100% because
Yeah.
the majority of Americans have a leaky gut.
For sure.
And to make it very simple, and again, I'm no doctor, we have a gut lining. And if little holes are in there, all the toxins go back in your body.
Yeah.
So people are lethargic. Literally, almost all of my friends, even though they're fit, they're lethargic, tired, have trouble getting up, have trouble sleeping. It's a leaky gut. And it's became a little bit more popular. I actually suffered from leaky gut syndrome when I was doing the road trip with my family and we're eating out every single day.
Yeah.
So I was literally doing the Acai tonic Chinese herbal blend to like get the parasites out, L-glutamine, more fiber, more probiotics, and I'm finally doing better. You know what the key was? The best thing you can do for your gut in the morning? I love doing it. You take a bunch of ginger and a lemon, and you can always add an apple on it. Just blend it and drink it.
Okay.
The ginger by itself,
Yeah.
yes, you can go to Sprouts and buy it for $2.99, but you can also buy this much ginger at Sprouts
Yeah,
for
I know.
$5.99.
Yeah, it's true.
This, my gut is so solid.
Yeah.
I almost had like irritable bowel syndrome where you sit and I was like, what's the fuck? The F?
Yeah.
What's going on with my body? And it was literally purely because for 2 weeks I ate outside, and especially in the rural Texas areas, I don't know what I ate.
Yeah.
They told me it was beef. I have no idea. So so fix the gut,
Raccoon.
find the deficiencies.
Armadillo.
Give you,
Someone's cousin.
and then basically make you feel better and track your results.
I think that's super interesting too, because I was just having a conversation about this with a girl at the gym this morning about like our gut health and like parasites and stuff. And a lot of people don't realize that this is where a lot of your issues are coming from, even anxiety. What is that?
Did I say something wrong? I almost dropped the F-bomb.
It's like a picture.
It's like a ad. What does it say?
Oh.
So we're not banned yet?
So
Who's on this
basically,
live?
like even anxiety and stuff can be from your gut health. And
Yeah.
like I was listening to this podcast saying that your gut is basically like your body's main brain. Everything starts in your gut, even your brain health.
Yeah.
So your gut is telling you what you're thinking and what your brain is processing too. So and it's interesting because you think about like your instinct. It comes from, they're like, where's your gut feeling?
Yeah.
That's where
Your
it
gut
comes
instinct.
from. Yes. So it's like healing that,
Yeah.
you're going to heal everything.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, I've kind of been on that journey trying to heal mine as well, because I've noticed like inflammation and things like that, trying to figure out if there's foods that I'm eating that are aggravating, stuff like that, and it can be hard and confusing. So taking those peak body tests will kind of give you more of an insight into your gut health
and more
too.
clarity. It will help a lot,
And it
so
goes
you can
so
tackle the
in-depth.
problem.
It goes so in depth. It's literally the most in-depth tested genomics test that you can do. I mean, there's a couple of other famous people right now that are offering tests, but the genomics test is unbelievable.
It
goes
sounds
so
cool.
deep into so many things. Yeah, it's fascinating. But like you said with the gut, for example, you said it right. Your gut is your central system, and depending on how you feed it and how you treat it, depression can come up 100%.
Yeah.
I'm personally thinking that depression is, in this country, just my personal opinion, probably 50% of those people are just having a problem with their gut.
I agree.
The other people, you know what depression is. You have a bad experience, you have a bad anchor, you have too many bad anchors that you don't work on between your synapses, and then you got a loop. You just have bad thoughts all the time.
It's like a trauma.
Yeah.
There's
loop.
multiple ways of doing it. Yes, you can talk to a therapist, call your mom, it's cheaper, or a friend. You can take SSRs, what they call it. They basically just dim you.
Yeah.
But
The
if you-
receptors, yeah.
Receptors,
The
or you
uptake.
can go in a more holistic way and do ayahuasca or a shroom trip, has been proven. Because ultimately what psilocybin does in like an extended dose,
Yeah.
that's been proven by Harvard, so you can't ban me for that. It actually breaks those negative connections between your synapses.
I've heard
and
that.
it has been proven with brain scans.
Yeah.
Of course, don't overdo it and be prepared. And if it's your first time, have a friend with you.
Or do it with a shaman or someone.
Yeah.
Or
for
what
example.
about microdosing or whatever?
Yeah.
Does
Also,
that?
I've heard that
I've heard that
that's-
helps
yeah.
too.
Absolutely, I've seen it
And
with
that
so
can
many
help with like
friends.
depression and
Depressions,
stuff.
yeah, same.
Yeah, I got so many friends off antidepressants because there's a number of 50-60% of Americans, I might be wrong, so that's astronomical amount of a number of Americans take antidepressants.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's big.
Sure.
And guess what? In other countries, just have a bad day.
Yeah.
Get over it. Suck it
Yeah.
up.
I mean, and I do think depression's real, but I do think that there's other ways to combat
For
it
sure.
rather than just taking those medications. And oftentimes those medications numb you from all of your emotions. So
Yes.
it's not just
Yeah.
the feeling of depression and that feeling of like hopelessness.
You lose
it's
a lot
everything.
of. You lose a lot of
Yeah.
drive.
You have like you're just like
Actually, sex drive is also
emotionless.
mad
It's a
for you.
major.
It is, but
You
you
lose it.
you become like things aren't really funny anymore. You're not sad anymore.
You're just
not
more
happy.
like this.
Yes.
You're numb.
Yeah,
numb.
you are numb to
And
it.
life
And
is supposed to be
Instead
full
of
of emotions.
instead of me being like this.
it is, and it is, and that's not necessarily. I think they do work for some people, and I do think it is necessary for some people.
Yes.
But like I said, there is other
for a
ways.
certain amount of time.
Exactly. Like it
Yes.
can't be like a lifelong love affair with an antidepressant.
You also have to be careful not to take yourself off of them either.
Well, yeah.
Once you start taking.
Yeah, there has to be like a.
Well, I was
Wean
on those.
yourself.
I was wrongfully put on those
Yeah.
for like a couple of years, and then my ex-girlfriend was like, "Why do you even take it?" I was like, "I don't know. They told me to take it." And I went cold turkey. And I do have to say, the first 2 weeks, holy cow, it was dark.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
dark.
that's why you have
can't
to be
just do
very
cold
careful.
turkey.
Oh, I do everything
But
cold
it's
turkey,
like
but
very-
this dark cloud all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Weird.
it's very interesting that like in our society, in our country, like we have to be our own health advocates. Like you were just taking because the doctor told you to take it.
Yeah,
but you didn't ask questions like, wait, but why and for how long, and like those things that we think that are we're trusting our doctor, and yes, they're not doing anything bad on purpose per se.
Yeah.
Like they're doing their jobs. They're making you feel better.
They
and
just don't know better.
treating a problem exactly.
They
So-
don't
know better.
They
Yeah.
don't, I think you have to combine the Western medicine a little
Yes.
bit with the
Well,
Eastern
and
medicine.
think about it. There's no money in a doctor telling you to go exercise, spend time outside, stop eating all the processed foods, start taking probiotics. They don't get any money from that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
They're like, oh, this pharmaceutical rep was just in here yesterday. Take these pills.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to make a lot of money
I
if
want
you
to
do.
get my family to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey,
Unfortunately.
so you own a gym. And you have been in the fitness industry probably longer than anybody else, and you're also very active. Do you know anybody who goes frequently to the gym and is depressed?
No. Me.
Good, but you're also special.
She knows herself.
Do you know
You're
anybody
special.
who does cold plungers and is depressed?
No.
No. Do you know anybody who takes care of their body, is outside, is fit, is active, constantly works on himself, and eats healthy that's depressed?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, we have our depressive moments.
Yeah.
But, like,
But it's important.
then we can come back from them. It's not
and
like.
like you said, like life is full of ups and downs. There's going to be those times when you're not like
Can't be
you're
going
not
like this
feeling
all the
great,
time.
Yeah. So, and I think that's what it's all about. But it is important to work on your fitness and your nutrition to keep
It's
yourself.
a lot of work.
It is a
your
lot of
gut
work.
health.
It's
And
a
your
full-time
breathing
job,
and
and you
your-
got to make it your full-time
Yeah.
job because you come first.
Yeah.
And forever, there's no
Yeah.
end point. And I explain this
Yeah.
to my clients, like they'll be like, "Oh, this is the best I've ever looked," and I'm like, "Then you need to keep doing
And
whatever
now you
you're doing
maintain it.
forever
Yes.
Yeah.
to stay like this. You can't just be like, I look like this now, yay, bye."
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of work, and I don't want to say hard work, but it's a lot of work.
But you have goals, and once you get to the goal, then
Push
what's
further.
next?
Yeah.
Absolutely, you have to keep
Push
setting
further.
new goals because
Creep
I
setting-
think
yeah, setting new goals.
The
Creep.
pursuit is really where the happiness and the pleasure comes from.
Right.
Yes.
Looking at him when I said it. too.
Creep, creepy.
What do you say?
I said I was going to say keep setting goals, but I said creep.
I'm the creep. Well, I got
We
those-
actually had a conversation. We're like, even as creepy as he is, he's still not that creepy. So it's okay.
Well,
We did. We
I've
said
been,
that about you.
Some people refer to me to Jeffrey Dahmer with those glasses.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
It's Dahmer.
Dahmer? Sorry, I don't watch TV. I just heard about it.
I just heard about it. That was from like the 70s.
And you called me a
Oh
creep
my
last time
God.
too, right?
Oh my gosh.
You look like a serial killer. I can't deny
It's
it.
fine. At least nobody's gonna F with me.
That's right.
Yeah.
At least no one with
So
a
do you
a
have
weed.
Find
any
you.
kind of parting words that you'd like to share with us and our viewers about Peak Body or yourself?
What was your rhyme? Peak body what?
Oh, no excuses. Peak Body produces. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I'm so proud that I came up with
make it?
this.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, that
Hey.
is good.
Finally, my
Good
brain
job.
gave me something.
I don't know why.
Good
So
job.
yeah, hey,
It's literally when I'm in the
whatever
gym
that
and I'm
is.
like really doing something. I always do this, like yes.
He like gives himself his own fist
I
bump.
know.
I'm just gonna do that next. I'm gonna squat really heavy and I'm gonna finish and be like,
Isn't that from Friends? Didn't they? Oh, it was this.
I never
it
watched
was.
it. But you know, there's nothing
Instead
wrong
of
with
like
like.
flipping someone off, they went like this.
oh my
Well,
god.
maybe you should do your fist pump, your own fist pump, or maybe give you a hug a little bit more. Huh?
Hug yourself.
I'm done with lifting and I'm all, that was a good
Good
lift.
job.
Well, it's all about
you.
positive self-talk, right?
It's true. It is.
Yeah, yeah.
Your body will follow what your brain
Oh
tells
my
it to do.
Well, I mean, we still have hundreds of topics, but we didn't really get to them. Parting words.
Would we like to get to these topics? I just didn't know if we had time.
Oh, I don't know how much time do we have.
We've been doing this for an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh lordy.
I've been sitting here for an hour and 10 minutes without moving.
It's been so fun. You didn't even notice that you were just sitting there.
And
I've
hey,
moved a lot.
Kudos to Amber.
I switched my legs.
You did not drop any.
We've gotten closer.
Amber always, she's like,
I
let's
do.
sit closer.
I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about
This is
how
the
I
only
get in the
time I get
mirror.
to see Kim once a week.
Then all of a sudden she'll be like on my lap.
And on one of the shows, I was like so close to Kim. She was all, "Why are you so close?" I'm like, "I'm so
I
embarrassed."
know at the end I was like, why did you sit this close?
I just haven't seen you in a while.
By the way, Amber, nice jumpsuit. Not that I looked at it, but yeah, good job.
It is a cute jumpsuit.
It is cute.
Where'd you get it?
I think somewhere
Link it.
on Instagram.
Yes. Instagram ads are the best.
It was an Instagram ad. It was only $15.
Oh my gosh.
It's not a lot of material, that's why.
Yeah, I agree.
Creepy.
He pretty much thought
The viewer count actually went down.
he thought it was
after that comment. Shut up.
he thought it was a bathing suit from the 1940s.
Yeah, he did say that.
In the 1940s, I just said bathing suit.
I wonder what your girlfriend swims
What
in.
year would this bathing suit have been from? 1940s.
He's like, my girlfriend wears that. I don't know.
Yeah, we are.
He's like, shut it down.
Yeah, we are.
Good. Well, closing words is you guys have to check out peakbody.com. We're still working on it, but it's going to be revolutionary. And again, one last time, no excuses. Peak Body produces.
No excuses.
He had to
We
say
dig
it.
deep inside you. We get your genetics. We get
They
everything.
dig deep inside.
So you guys, it is
that's
really
the
great.
1 hour where she was good. Now she's getting back into her
don't.
routine.
Don't do it. Don't do it. We are really excited that you were on today. And you guys notice we do some content with Peak Body as well as Healthy Male. We are going to be going live on our Healthy Male app and doing a lot more content in that area as well. And we'll let you know about Peak Body when they start getting those tests ready to go. And we might give you guys some special discounts if you follow us and download that app, Healthy Male.
Download our app.
And you guys will see us go live, see a lot more content from us, and we'll be producing some more podcasts because you guys love us.
Yay.
Thanks for joining today, and we will see you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.